Hi, my name is Womp, and today we're going to be playing some Mega Man X. So why are we looking at Storm Eagle? Well, because I forgot something. Yes, indeed, I forgot that there was an E-Tank here. So we're going to go ahead and do a fancy jump cut and get to whereabout we need to go. So there used to be a cannon here. We're going to go ahead and jump up onto that. And we're going to make our way to the left instead of to the right. So up here, we have a flashing E-Tank. I'm gonna go ahead and go over it and cue an awesome special effect. Blow that guy up and blow out all the glass in that tower. Alright, so let's go ahead. We now have 3 of the 4. And we're gonna go ahead and exit the stage. So it's no secret, having defeated Sting Chameleon, that today we're going to be setting our sights on the infamous Armored Armadillo. Let's go ahead and go to his stage. Armored Armadillo, this guy is going to be one tough nut to crack because we're not going to be using his weakness. So, Armored Armadillo has a really interesting stage. Cue minecart, and cue the lag. You see the projectiles that I shot off have a little bit of a frame rate slowdown, which is part of the engine. At the time, these were amazing cutting-edge graphics, believe it or not. So, we're going to be going through this level. There is going to be an E-Tank right here. Now, the front end of that, with all those spikes, that'll instantly kill you. So we're going to do our best not to touch it. Climb back up the wall and grab that E-Tank. Now, this thing has a lot of health. An X-Buster has a very hard time blowing this thing up, especially when we have all these little enemies along the way. Now, had we blown it up before, we would have been able to have gone up on a bit of land and gotten those bits of energy up there. However, such was not the case. I just wanted to illustrate a point that those things have a lot of health. I'm gonna go ahead and clear out these bats, these helmet guys. Yes, I don't really know the names of anything in here. Eventually, at the end of the game, we will, in the credits, have the names of everything in every stage. However, that doesn't really help me right now. So we're just gonna mosey on down the minecart track. Gonna grab these guys and get a one up. That doesn't happen all the time, we were just rather lucky there. Now we're gonna get back on track with our minecart with a spike on the front of it. Quite handy. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. So we're going to go ahead and drop down here. When we drop down here, there's going to be one of these digging machines again. So what we're going to do is go over to Flame Mammoth's power, because it's actually really good at melting them down to scrap, making short work of them. Getting back to our X-Buster, making sure that didn't drop any energy for us to collect. Now, those digging machines do clear away dirt, and had it gotten this far, it had cleared away our jumping path to get that heart tank. Now we have every single heart tank and every E-Tank, as well as all of our armor. This is actually going to be useful in a secret later on, which I think will probably end up being its own video of its own course, just due to the nature of how this secret works. However, until then, we're going to go ahead and take a leap of faith that this is the end of the level. And indeed it is. If you caught a glimpse of it, down below is the boss door. Picking up some energy up here. Like I said, sometimes they put things above the boss doors. But that's a topic for another video. So let's go ahead, get a charge going, lock and load, and time to fight the boss. Now, I said that he was one tough nut to crack, and that's because of the armor he wears. Now, we do have Spark Mandrill's Spark Attack, his E-Spark, and we could make very quick work of Armored Armadillo by blasting off his armor. Yes, when you hit Armored Armadillo with the E-Spark attack, it'll blow off his armor and then he can no longer block attacks like this. So we've seen the special things that he's done so far. He'll block attacks, he'll curl up into a ball and kind of do defensive maneuvers with rolling at you, during which time he is invulnerable except for at the very start of the attack. Getting pegged in the head there, our helmet not really helping us in that way. Now sometimes he will bug and stay in that for a while. Gonna go ahead and try to get him to do his last thing, which is he will absorb anything other than a large, well, anything than a small shot on him. When he's deflecting shots, he will absorb any kind of charge shot and shoot it back into a kind of a spread shot. Now you can make use of this time to shoot him with another charge shot after he charges up. It's not very hard to evade that attack. Now, there is another way to beat him that's very, very easy, and it has to do with shooting your non-charged X-Buster at him in timed bursts. It's referred to by some people as the timing method. So, when you're using those timed shots, he will go ahead and deflect it, but the idea of it is to shoot them in such timing that it actually doesn't allow for him to deflect the second or third shot. Sometimes he'll deflect the second one, sometimes he won't, but generally if he'll get hit by one of the last two that you shoot, and it'll make quick work of him as you get him in a loop for that. However, we've made quick work of him. Armored Armadillo blowing up. It's going to be time for us to round up all that delicious scrap metal that he left behind, pick out the savory delicious parts that we want to eat, and absorb his powers. Cannibalism. Granting you superpower since it was invented. Alright, so this time we are getting the rolling shield. Turns us pink and we shoot blue balls. I just state the obvious. So we're not going to do a bit of an outro right now, because we got something up ahead. What's this? Finally, we found Sigma's fortress. Let's go in and put an end to his war against the humans. Alright, ridiculously awesome red guy. And that's where we're gonna go next time. Hope you enjoyed. See you next video. My name is Womp, signing out.